This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
If you are a real estate agent, this is the number one thing you need. If you are hiring a real estate agent, this is the number one thing you need to make sure your real estate agent has, and it is accountability. Accountability makes all the difference in a person's business. And make no mistake, if you are a realtor, you are running a business, and if you are hiring a real estate agent, you need to make sure that that agent is running a tight ship and has a quality business. Barry, what do you agree on the accountability thing?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in my world with 200 properties, obviously I have to have systems in place in order to take care of that.
Yeah.
And in raising up agents, I've been a part of teams and raising teams up. If you don't have the accountability, people think that here's what it is. They think I'm going to be a real estate agent because I want to be my own boss. But that doesn't mean you don't have a boss.
Correct.
It means that you signed up to be the boss and be the agent. So you signed up for two jobs. You can't not have the first job. You have to have a boss. And if you're like me, I have some self-control issues. And if you know me, you know that weight is one of those. But I talk out of turn sometimes as well. I've been known to offend a few people. So self-control is not a big deal. So if I have self-control issues, then I have to have someone else hold me accountable for certain things. And in real estate, I think that's really true for work production and things like that. The things you need to do in order to make it happen.
So when it comes to accountability, like eXp has made a name for itself. eXp, for those of you who don't know, I think it's the largest brokerage by agent count in the Sacramento region.
Probably in the Sacramento region. We're about 96,000 in the world, I think, right now.
Yeah, over 96,000 agents worldwide, 20-something countries, publicly traded on the stock exchange. Like it's a big corporation, and a lot of that growth was fueled by reducing the overhead and allowing people to work remote. But what I found when I first moved to eXp is I don't think I lasted 30 days working remote with eXp because I realized I needed that accountability. I needed to go in and rub shoulders with other real estate agents, talk things through, learn ideas, what's working in marketing, what's not working in marketing, how we're negotiating for our clients in a way that's winning versus doing what we've been doing for years and it's no longer working. And so it's kind of interesting that eXp has built this reputation off of a virtual platform. But what I'm seeing in the marketplace is that agents are hungry and employees, like quality employees, are hungry to get back into work. But that's not what the news is saying. They're saying people want to work remotely.
Oh, well, I don't know if I would agree that. I think employees do want to work remotely. I think that business leaders, though, are saying no more. Business leaders are starting to make a comeback. For one thing, we see San Francisco right now has had a huge exodus for many different reasons. One of those was the COVID-inspired, remote working, not coming to a physical office, but also just the way the city was being ran and the condition of the city. But we're now seeing a lot of tech people come back into the Bay Area, maybe not in the heart of San Francisco, but back into the Silicon Valley because the talent's here, right? Because those people here, and when they're coming back in, they're bringing them into work. They're coming here and they're bringing people back into offices. We're seeing people return to those spaces because leaders know that you get more done as a community in a physical location. The idea that there are probably some businesses that are more in tune to it to others. And you would think that real estate would be the easiest one to work remotely.
Yeah.
And it is, but it's not the easiest one to work successfully remotely.
Correct.
Right? So successful agents get up, for the most part, most successful agents get up and surround themselves with their team and get things done. And by the way, the dichotomy between a successful agent and I'm going to put you on the spot, Johnny. How many homes or what production level is your team running at right now?
You mean like closings?
How many homes did you guys sell, or how many sales volume the last year? That's how most agents measure that.
Yeah, I think we closed out the year with 100. I think we closed out 100 sales last year.
100 transactions in an environment where most salespeople are doing 6. Right? And maybe even less now. I think the numbers now are down to about 4.
So in 2023, 49%, almost half of agents didn't have a sale.
Did not have a sale.
Did not have
and
a
you'll
sale.
see 20% of those gone as soon as it comes time to renew their license and pay their fees. So that's what I'm saying. You guys have a team. I've looked at your stuff. I've been like, you're generous, and I've been like, hey, can I just borrow your stuff instead of me creating it? Because you've done such a great job with it, and you've always been so generous.
R&D, rip off and duplicate.
But the environment you're creating and training agents in that team setting is much better than what people are getting on their own.
Yep.
Who's going to tell you what to do? Who's going to say, and it's not that somebody's telling you what to do. I think that has a wrong connotation to it.
Yeah, it does.
Who's going to show you what works? The biggest problem with working remotely is in many cases you can do whatever you want. And the problem with that is, how do you measure what you want to do compared with what actually works?
Yeah, you're right. Accountability does tend to have a negative stigma, but when we're bringing agents on and we're interviewing them, because it's a two-way street. They're interviewing us, and we're interviewing them. And what I always say is, accountability on our team is love. We're not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. We're not trying to force you to do something you don't want to do. But if you said your production goals are X, and we've crafted a custom plan specific to you to get you there, we're gonna unless things change in your life, we're gonna hold you accountable so that way you can hit those goals. So your kid can afford to go to college, so you can buy investment property, so you can take care of mom. Right? There's the driving factors behind why you want to accomplish those tasks. There's some things that you're gonna have to give up. You're gonna have to figure out what you want to sacrifice. But at the end of the day, we're holding people accountable because we care for them. And it's really, really, really hard to do accountability from through a phone.
Right.
Right. If you're sitting them like toes to toes, nose to nose, and you're having an honest conversation, and the results just go through the roof. Imagine having a coach who just zoomed in with you. Like you're a professional athlete, and your coach or your trainer just zoomed in. That's all.
Right.
But no, the ones who have the people who achieve at the highest levels have in-person accountability. And if you're an agent and you're looking for that, we're here to help you with that. If you are looking to hire a real estate agent, make sure that they have somebody that they can reach out to if they have a question, because every single transaction is different. So accountability is love. We cannot overemphasize that.
Hold on. I got to back you up. What is that? What did you just say?
Accountability is love.
Oh man, that is so good. Hashtag accountability is love. I like that, man.
So anyways, I firmly believe, and here's the thing, is that I think, Matt, you were talking on the break about how people are having a hard time hiring talent because the talent wants to work remote, right?
Right.
I think talent's going to show up. I firmly believe if you are committed to your craft, committed to your profession, committed to being the best version of you, you will do whatever it takes in order to achieve those goals. And if you're saying you need 3 days remote a week, then you're not serious.
You're not getting it, because talent wants to be next door to Tom Daves and Brent Gove. Talent wants to go to where the leaders are. Talent gets in the game. They don't stay home.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You show up, and you cannot show up. I think the whole work from remote thing is going to be a fun little thing that we'll all laugh about and go, that was a bad idea. And people are going to come back to the office. So that's why we invested. How much did that space cost, Barry, that we built?
It's a $1.4 million lease. It's a $700,000 build out. I mean, it's a major investment from people who know how to run business, who know how to run real estate. Right.
So what do you feel like you're going to reap from that? What's the return on investment from all of that you're putting into it?
Oh, amazing. We're going to change lives. We're going to literally, Brent's goal is to change people's lives. How is that going to happen? It's going to happen by getting them close to Johnny. It's going to happen by, you know what happens when an agent walks in and has a question and has a guy that's done 1,000 transactions answer that question? Total different outcome for that agent.
For that agent and that client.
Changes lives.
Yep.
We're going to change lives out of that facility.
And that's what we're all about here at the Made for More Living podcast. I'm Johnny. Thank you so much, Barry Mathis, for hopping on the show. You got to come back soon.
Oh, thank you guys.